I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. All right. I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna let y'all read, since people wanna do some false accuse me of things never done. Accuse me of jealousy. How can I be jealous of people who I'm sub to, who got more subs and views than I do? One thing I hate is ignorant people. Not ignorant, ignorant. Just saying any damn thing trying to make a fucking narrative. Just being ignorant for ignorance sake. I'm not gonna say no names. Okay? I ain't gonna say no names. But uh before you put your lips on any damn body, make sure you got the proof. Make sure you got the proof before you accuse anybody of anything. Make sure you got the proof what the fuck your ass is talking about. And the problem is some of y'all think you're just gonna say what you gotta say and get away with it. Let me help you, some of you out. There will be consequences for lying. I hope you understand that. On to other news. I will be doing a live stream on Tuesday. If the Lord says the same, I'm gonna do a live stream on Tuesday. We're gonna follow the me and Queen Sunkiss if she's available. Um, I'm gonna cover the Democratic primary and the Republican primary in Texas. Um, I think this is going to be one of the ages concerning the state. Um, I want to see what the turnout is, what the turnout is going to be, and I'm gonna have my little prediction. Um, Now my prediction can change any moment between now and Monday, but for right now, I'm going to sit here and say um, Crockett is going to win by two two percentage points. That's what I believe is going to happen, given the atmosphere down here and so forth. Given the atmosphere down here, I think that she might pull it off. and I'm going to say it's going to be two percentage points. You know, and I think it could happen. Um, well, Femi, I didn't say she didn't have a chance. I said she got a chance against the Republican candidate. But I was talking about the general election, not talking about the primary. When I said what I said, but the situation changed. The situation changed. When she first ran, announced her candidacy back in December. I think it was December. Yes, back in December, it didn't look good. Now the situation changed. I would say around January, uh, during the first debate, the situation changed, and it's not due to James Tallarico. And let me also say it has nothing to do with her too. Let me be clear what I'm about to say. Right? Let me be clear what I'm about to say. You got people on the other side. You got Republicans voting into the Democratic primary. There are two groups. Uh, well, let me say it like this: from next Wednesday on forward, people are going to analyze the numbers. Okay, people are going to analyze the numbers because they're they're going to count the black vote, right? Because the black vote going to be heavy. It's already being heavy. If you go to Houston, Dallas area, the black vote is very massive. So early turnout is through the roof. Okay, since it's through the roof, people are going to dissect the black vote. Which black vote was really for Jasmine Crockett from the beginning, and who changed their mind at the end. That's going to be a story unto itself. Then though, you have another factor, and you know what? I need to write this down, but hopefully I'll rewind this live stream and jot this down because it's in my head. Then on top of that, you have to dig deeper and say, well, okay, what is it? Black men? How much black men voted for Jackson Crockett? How much black women voted for Jasmine Crockett? And who used the same numbers for James Tallarico? Because Tallarico did have the black vote before she jumped in. He did have a massive black following before she jumped in. So we got to understand, because we had to dive deep into the numbers. Like I said, he's going to get no, she's going to get it. In my opinion, it's going to be 2 percentage points. Now, on top of that, the white moderates are going to choose Tallarico, particularly the white business class. And I talk about the Democrat side, the more liberal side, the white moderates, the white liberal men will opt for James Tallarico because they see a golden opportunity to go after their fellow white men in the business field, because the white conservative, and when I say conservative, I'm talking about I'm not talking about the MAGA folks, right? When I say conservative, I'm not talking about MAGA. White conservatives are going to go opted for John Cornyn. Then when it comes to MAGA, well, they all know over to Ken Paxton. Now, white women is going to be the defining factor in both the Democrat and Republican primary. Now, the thing with white women, are they going to go to, or the suburban white woman, is she going to be scared and opted to vote in a Democrat primary for James Tallarico in order to stop Ken Paxton, or they're going to stay in the Republican column and vote for John Cornyn to stop Ken Paxton? And on top of that, you got Wesley Hunt sitting right there. You know, Wesley Hunt, who is a black man, that's a wild card. Let's say if white women, and when I'm saying white women, I'm talking about the suburban white woman. I ain't talking about the white one from the rural area. The white woman from the rural area, she's going to vote for Paxton, despite that Paxton is a dirty, downright dog, right? Despite all the problems he has, white women who live in small towns going to vote for Paxton. White women who lives in the suburbs is going to vote for Cornyn on the Republican side, and on the Democrat side, the same group of women might opt for James Tallarico. Now, the inner city white woman is going to opt for Crockett. The inner city white woman. Now, I'm not concerned about. I think Crockett is going to beat Paxton and possibly Cornyn. But I think the fear I have, right? Man, I discussed this with Queen on the phone. The fear that I have, is the Wesley Hunt question. Now, Wesley Hunt has at least 25, between 15 to 25% of the vote, while Paxton and Cornyn has at least 30% between them. On the average, I should say, on the average. So, what if Cornyn fails? Cornyn failed to third place, and Wesley Hunt becomes in first or second, and then that would generate a runoff. And what if Hunt wins? Now, if the election is between Hunt and Cornyn in the talking about the runoff, because nobody's going to get 50% of the vote. If nobody gets 50% of the vote, there is a runoff in the primary. So if there is 50% of the vote, I mean, if nobody gets 50% and the runoff is between Paxson and Hunt, the money's on Hunt. Now, if it's Cornyn versus Hunt, then I would surmise that I believe that Cornyn would take it by very, very slim margin, about 1%, half of a percent. But let's just say Wesley Hunt becomes the nominee and Crockett becomes the Democrat candidate versus Hunt's Republican candidacy. I'm going to sit here and say, if you got two black candidates running in Texas, um, then I fear for Jasmine Crockett at this point. If Wesley Hunt becomes the GOP candidate, then I fear for Jasmine Crockett at this point. At that point. Because what's going to happen is, knowing how black society is, knowing how the African American community is in the era of Trump, in the era of post Obama, the Kamala area, I think black men are going to switch off and not vote. Two things going to happen among black men. They're not going to vote, or they're going to opt to vote for Wesley Hunt. That's what I think is going to happen. And that's what I fear on Wednesday morning. That's what I fear on Wednesday morning. If Wesley happens to pull it off, whether on the primary or on the runoff, if he becomes the nominee, I fear for Jasmine Crockett at this point. And I might discuss this later on, probably around Tuesday night when I do this live stream. That's what I fear. Because now you're gonna have the concerning the online community. You got your Tim Black. Tim Black going to do his little bullshit. Phil the Advice Show going to do his little bullshit. Then all of that is going to, and then you gonna have the black manosphere, red pill community going to come out the woodwork, reignite the black gender war, because niggas in this space are insecure. They're very insecure. And knowing that the Trump, knowing that MAGA has knowing that MAGA knows the machinations within the online community, they're going to pump money into some of these podcasters like Anton and Anger Man to ensure that black men don't vote or black men go against Jasmine. That's what I surmise was going to happen. But yeah, but I fear for her if Wesley Hunt becomes the nominee. Now I do want her to win at this point. Um, because I want something out of it. I want to see something. Uh, if I want to see the Democrats take control of one of the houses, if not both. I want to see something, and something that I want to see a campaign on. So um, there's somebody who's in the chat room saying I'm red pill. You better okay. Oh, you want her to lose. Uh, I hope you read the title. Okay, read the title. See, I'm not going to appreciate false accusations. You're not going to falsely accuse me of anything. Never say anything about being pro red pill, or never say anything about being anti-black woman. So I suggest though you drop it at this point because I'm not playing with you. Now back to the point. Yeah, I do want Jasmine Crockett to win the primary at this point. Uh, at least it will defeat it'll bring more energy against black. It'll go against MAGA itself. You know, it will go against MAGA. Um, you know. Uh, Gen Z. Have you looked at the poll? Gen Z. Gen Z. Wesley Hunt could take the second position because He's looking weak as hell. I mean, Cornyn's people might dump Cornyn and go Wesley Hunt, or though people might, because of Paxton's criminal history, some of them might opt to go for Wesley Hunt. You know, that it's really scary on the Republican side. See, nobody's paying attention on the Republican side because I'm looking at that as split ways, right? So whoever comes number one, number two will go into the runoffs. Okay, now if it's Paxton versus Cornyn, you can say goodbye to Cornyn. Okay, if it's Cornyn versus Hunt, well, rest assured, Cornyn is going to be the candidate. Okay, if it's Cornyn versus Hunt, Cornyn is going to have another go around for the general election against Crockett or Tarico, right? That's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be live on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get things set up for Tuesday night primary. First of all, I'm going to the courthouse because I'm gonna do some canvassing the vote real quick and canvassing some ballots, see what's going on, and then I'm gonna head home, do the live stream. So yeah, go look at the. You know what? Hold on. I might show it to you. Let me show it to you because seeing Wesley Hunt's numbers going up, It's frightening at this point. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. I saw it. I saw it the other day, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, hold on. Where is the poll at? Because I saw the poll the other day. I saw that poll the other day. No. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Let me find that poll. Let me find that poll because let me see here. Oh yeah. Pinnacle. Yeah. Pinnacle. Let me see. This is it. No, just show me the numbers. I don't need to show the. Just show me the numbers. I don't care. Oh man, I just want the numbers. Oh, is this it? Hold on. I gotta show the numbers. The numbers is what I'm looking for. Why y'all do no. Texas Tribune. Let me go to Texas Tribune. Texas Tribune. Let me go to Texas Tribune. Hopefully they have the data that I'm looking for. Come on, give me the. Yeah, continue to cite shit. And it better not be no paywall either. I ain't paying. I ain't paying for this shit. Are you gonna show me it? You know what? Hold on. I'm getting impatient at this point. I'm getting impatient. Oh, come on, New York Times. Don't do this to me. Come on. I always want to put things on a paywall. Not everything should be on a paywall. Okay. Here's something. Hold on. I'll show this then. Oh, here we go. Another goddamn paywall. Get the fuck out the way. There's always somebody getting in the way. Anyway, I don't know why people in life like to get up in my way. Anyway, here is this right here is unsettling for me, right? It's split three ways. Now I saw a poll earlier where Corner has 25 and Hunt has 25 and Paxton went down to 20 something. No, I'm sorry. Hunt went down to somebody went down to 17%, but I noticed Hunt going up now. Okay, and this really scared me, right? This really scared me, right? So, um, he said, Gen C said, but it looked like we'll have Paxton versus Crockett or Rico, but I see Hint getting treated like one guy from Kentucky, even though he had a white. Oof, oof, yeah, man. You talking about the brother who had that white wife? Yes, and Hunt has a white wife. Hunt, who got that 21% right at the bottom. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking that how it looks, right? Now they said that the hold on, let me see. Let's see what is the margin of error? What's the margins of error here, right? Oh, thank you. Finally, y'all got it. Finally, y'all got it, right? Now, the University of Texas poll has Paxton at 36, Cornyn at 34, Hunt at 26, right? Well, that's within the margin of error. University of Houston got 38 for Paxton, 31 for Cornyn, 17 for Hunt. This what scared me. This is the poll that scared me right here. This is what scared me. The JL Partners, 27 for Paxton, 26 for both Hunt and Cornyn. When I saw this right here scared me. Right here. On when it comes to the possibility of Hunt taking on Jasmine Crockett in November. Because when I saw that Cornyn and both Cornyn and Hunt shared 26% against Paxton's was it what did Paxton got? 27, right? Let's say that happens, right? But it's not Cornyn. Let's say it was Hunt instead of Cornyn for second. Hunt might beat. There's a possibility Hunt might come from third place to first place. And it's a possibility he will face Crockett. If he faced Crockett in November, it's not a good look for Crockett. Now, if it's Talrico got it. If Talrico comes to candidate next Tuesday, then Hunt cannot survive against Talrico for obvious reasons. Well, mainly because he's black and he has a white wife. That's what That's why Odd Red lost. Because the black turnout for Odd Red was weak, especially when he came out there with that white woman. Um, and we know how black politics is. You have to be black, and then you have to marry black and all that, right? So yeah, so like that's going to be anyway, the thing is that's besides the point. But the thing is, if it's Hunt versus Talrico, Yeah, yeah. It was Hunt versus Crockett. I expect y'all to. I expect y'all. It's gonna be some ass beatings. It's gonna be some. It's gonna be some back and forth warfare all over the place. Um, it's not gonna be a good look. Okay. For election stand for black politics perspective. Politics among black people would take a huge hit behind that. You know, um, especially in a red state like Texas, right? So it's very MAGA down here. So uh, that's what I think. You know, I seen one or two ads of Hunt here in Dallas in the past months. I seen more Corn and Paxton, and I think Hunt's I see Hunt's ads in Houston area. Since Hunt is from Houston, I think he's banking all of his run candidacy from Houston. I think that what he's trying to do is get all of the Houston people in check, right? He's trying to get all the Houston people. I'm put it like this. Let me put it like this though, Gen Z. Paxson is going to use Dallas and Austin, right? And I'm talking about the media market. The media market is Houston, is Dallas and Austin. Cornyn being the incumbent, Cornyn going to spread his advertisement among the major cities. Austin, San Antonio. And when I said San Antonio, Austin, I count San Antonio, Austin as one big city. Because if you're down to here in San Antonio, it's that highway does connect Austin, San Antonio, so it's one big uh mega city. But but anyway, so the media market in Dallas, no, I'm sorry, the media market in San Antonio and Austin. Then you got Dallas, you got Houston. So Corn is spreading his money, his ads 3 ways. Hunt is spreading his money in Houston. Paxson is spreading his money in Dallas and the Austin/San Antonio area. But like I said, hey, but let's see what happens, y'all. Let's see what happens because it's going to be a bloodbath. You know, and I think Cornyn is doing shit. Cornyn is doing the Joe Biden shit. All right, John Cornyn should have known to leave. History is going to look back at John Cornyn and said, "Oh, you should have been the one who should have left. You should have called it quits. You should have went on home back to Texas. Should not run for another term because we got the awful senator in Ken Paxton who's under FBI investigation. The man who was impeached by the Texas government. The man who was who knowingly cheated on his wife, and his wife was the senator. She's also a state senator, by the way. And his wife was covering up for his bullshit down for his corruption as well. So yeah. They're gonna point at John Cornyn and say, well, you should have been the one that should have bowed out to allow somebody else to take out Paxson out. So yeah, that's what I believe though, Gen Z, you know. So, but yeah, hold on. Let me check this on my Twitch. Not Twitch. On my Kick. I'll be right back. All right, yeah. I'm looking on my Kick, and then I'm gonna go on my Twitch. Here, I'm going on my Twitch. Thank you. Let me get on my Twitch and see who's on my Twitch. YouTube been acting funny though late as of late. YouTube and StreamYard's been acting funny as of late. Everybody been telling everybody's. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed it. Yeah, I forgot to sign in on my Twitch. Oh well. Oh, well, I don't see nobody in the chat room on my Twitch, so um, I see a few people on Kick. Oh well. Oh well. Let me get back to where I was at. Shout out to those people who are watching me on Kick. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. Um, that's what I think on the when it comes to um the primary. I will be live Tuesday night, Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. I'm gonna do my little analysis um and all of that. So um I think that's it. Yeah. And let me get right back to my original post real quick. Let me get back to my original post. I don't appreciate y'all lying on me. All right. Um, I was told to leave it alone, but I ain't gonna mention no names. You know, if you're gonna say fuck Big J, I'm gonna say fuck you forever. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you. You're not gonna make up some storyline and I'm gonna let you just get away with it. Without no response. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna let you slide. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna let you slide because um, there's a goal that needs to be set, and no, there is a goal, and I need to worry about that goal. Um, you know what though? I'm actually I'm hungry right now. I'm hungry right now, y'all. I'm trying to see what I want to eat now. I think I might want some. Uh, Wait a minute. What do I want to eat now? I want to eat now. Um, I might want to get some chicken Alfredo then. Yeah, I'm gonna get me some chicken Alfredo. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give me chicken Alfredo then. Or do I want shrimp Alfredo? Or I want something else? Oh, who knows? I'll think about it in a minute. I'll think about it in a minute. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give you some cranberry juice too, though. I like cranberry juice. I'm gonna get two things, 2 jugs of cranberry juice, and I want some ice. Put it on ice, and yeah, yeah, yeah. That might work. Hmm. But anyway. But back to this. You know, I don't appreciate any of you Negroes lie on me and shit. Um, if you want to sit there and accuse me of something, you better have the fucking proof to do it. Just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's true. But anyway, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna drop the link just to see. You know, let me just drop the link. I'll drop it. Fuck it. I'll drop it just for you know. I'll go ahead and drop it. Okay. So, I also got another video coming down. Well, there are some videos I forgot to do. Um, I don't know if I want to do the videos anymore because I really don't. I don't feel like doing any editing anymore because I was going to do a video on Jesse Jackson and what's the difference between Jesse Jackson and Charlie Kirk. Why Charlie Kirk has a flag lord with Jesse Jackson, who ran for president twice. Jesse Jackson, who freed, uh, who went to Syria and freed an American sailor, an American Marine. How come Jesse Jackson went to Cuba and freed some Cuban Americans? Jesse Jackson, he went to Serbia uh, and freed some American troops there who was a PLL, no, excuse me, POW. How come they ain't no flags, Lord, for Jesse Jackson, but yet Charlie Kirk can? See, I want to do a video on that, and I want to tell Ricky Manor, Ricky, you supposed to be a patriot, right? Explain this. And don't say about and I don't want to hear nothing about Jesse just grift off of black people. So okay, fine, but he did shakedowns of Coca Cola, and she did shakedown of, I forgot what was the other corporation he shake down. Well, my thing to Ricky is, well, these corporations been shaking down the American people. There's been a shakedown of the American people, Ricky. See, yeah. I think I might have to do a video on that. I might have to lock myself in a room and force myself to produce that video. And in fact, I might want to produce another video about what's that reporter name Don Lemon and that white boy going up in the churches? How come Don Lemon is charged, but the white boy ain't charged? What's the difference? I'm gonna talk. You know what? I need to go off on that though. I need to go off on that part. I also need to go off on there's a third video I want to go off on. Or I want to touch on, I should say. I forgot what was the third one. I forgot what the third video I want to do. But anyway, it doesn't matter at this point. I'm gonna get back out here. Um, I may not go live tomorrow. I may not go live tomorrow because I might, I got things to do. So wait a minute. What was that noise? Anyway, yeah. So, but I'll be live probably Saturday. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a live. I'm gonna try to talk to the lady, the lovely lady in. We supposed to talk about the passport bros and all that. So in Brazil, so yeah. I need to touch off on that as well. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.